Hey, how's it going, guys? So today I'm going to do the basic overview of the Wrathman Necromancer build for the 4-player speed meta, 2 farm Paragons and gear really quickly. Up to greater ifs 110 under 3 to 4 to 5 minutes, depending on your gear and how your group runs. Alright, so let's get into it. I'm going to try to do this in another 10 minutes. Not quite sure if that'll be possible, but let's try. So for your cube, you're going to want Rylina's Shadowhook. Every point of maximum essence increases your damage by 0.5% and bone spikes to generate 5 additional essence for each enemy hit. Um, Pretty much this build runs off essence, so this is just by default the best cube for your weapon type. You're also going to run Tusker and Theos because, like I said, it's all based off your pet build, so Tusker and Theos is definitely the way to go. Increases your attack speed by 50% to your pets. Guaranteed the best armor piece for this build. I use the circle ring in my cube because I haven't been able to find a better one. The second best one I have is this one, but I currently do not use it because the other two are, to me, more beneficial to the spec than using this ring. But you can use the circle, or you can use Crispin's sentence, or you can use the convention of elements. Does not matter as long as you use all 3 of these rings via the cube in 1 and 2 equipped it on your character. So now that we got the cube done with, so let me show you the gear, the gems, and the build that you have to run in order for this to put out its maximum potential, in my opinion. So you're going to want to run the Sights of Cycle. You're going to want attack speed for your pets. If you have to choose between attack speed and max damage percent, the damage percent on your weapon, I'm sorry. If you want to pick attack speed because you have multiple mobs attacking, and the more attacks they get out, the more damage they're providing. You're not really doing much, so the min-max damage overall is less output than the attack speed. You also want a CDR. You want to lower the CD of Simulacrum, which I'll get to next. The secondary, you want maximum essence, because like I said, this build runs off essence. The affix is also why you use this as your primary scythe. You want to use it because of the affix. Your secondary skills deal between 350 and 400% additional damage while bone armor is active, but reduces the remaining duration of bone armor by 4 seconds. Bone armor lasts for 60 seconds, so now it's only going to last 56 seconds, so it's not a big deal. You only use this because of the percent increased damage to your secondary skills, which is your mage. On your boots, int, vit, movement speed, and skeletal mage is what I have. You can go in vid armor skeletal mage and just get your movement speed for your paragon points, but this is what I got. On your phylactery, you want high primary damage, or ancient rather, or primal ancient if you can get it with all 3 of these stats. You want int, crit chance, CDR, and skeletal mage. You want skeletal mage because the spec revolves all around that, and it's pumping out a shitload of damage, so you want to make sure you have it. And you also want to make sure the secondary is maximum essence, because, as I said for the 3rd time, this build runs off the highest amount of essence that you can possibly output, so essence on anything that you can get is definitely worth it. This one actually rolled pretty good. The overall primary damage is kind of low, but I'm using it for the 3 stats, the crit chance, the CDR, and the skeletal mage. Also rolled the maximum essence that you can get on the phylactery, so that's also a benefit as well. You can use any phylactery in the game, doesn't matter. All of them are the same fucking thing. The legendary affix isn't going to benefit you no matter what phylactery you use, so any of them is fine as long as it rolls something quite like this. On your convention, or on your rings actually, you want crit chance, crit damage, and int if you have to, but if you can, get crit chance, crit damage, and attack speed, or if you want to go more CDR, you can put CDR instead of attack speed as well. This build revolves off of the Reaper's Wraps, so you definitely need to craft one of these and make sure they roll the physical skills deal more damage, because your mages are dealing physical damage, so the more damage you're amplifying to them, the way quicker the rift's actually going to end in your favor. You want the Dante's Binding. For the primaries, Invit Life Armor, it doesn't really matter. You use this for the legendary affix as always. You gain an additional 50% damage reduction when there is an enemy afflicted by any of your curses. Now, it can roll as shit as fucking 40%, which if it does and it's ancient, if you're using this to survive, definitely not worth it. If I get an ancient one, which I have, it needs to roll 49% or the 50% in order for me to even think about using it in the first place. You want, I haven't said this before, you want the 6-piece Rathmas set. These are my gloves. Attack speed, crit damage, crit chance, and int. You can go the quadfecta. You can get CDR, attack speed, crit damage, crit chance, depending on if you want more CDR from your simulacrum, or if you want overall just more damage, even with it and without it. On your shoulders, you want a CDR. Other than that, just the primarily basic rolls: int, bit, armor, life percent. The helmet, you want int, crit chance, skeletal mage damage, and you want the CDR gem as to lower the CD of simulacrum. This neck is mandatory for this build. Primarily, you want the primary rolls to be the physical damage, crit damage, and crit chance. I haven't been that lucky yet to get one, so I currently use this one. The reason why I use it is simulacrum now drains 5% of your max life every second and lasts twice as long. That's okay, because you have a Znecro and a Zbarb just pummeling health to you over and over and over again. But pretty much it makes this a 30-second duration instead of the measly 15 seconds that it only lasts without the neck piece. And other than that, you want the 6-piece. You want to use int gems. I use Zay's Stone of Vengeance. This scales off the range of your mage, so if you spawn them here and there's a target on, say, the waypoint, it's going to deal more damage than if it was here and the mob was here. So you want to spawn the mages away, but if you have to, what I primarily do is I target the elites, because if you target over it and press the skill, the mage will actually target the target that you're actually targeting, so you can burst down the mob a lot quicker. Sorry about that. Now, we're going to go over the skills real quick and the passive skills. Skeleton Mage Singularity. This consumes all of your essence, which makes it a way more powerful pet. And you're using the ring that is increasing its duration, and you're using the scythe. So all these multipliers on this mage, it's just pumping out trillions of damage, like legit. I think I've seen a hit of up to 77 trillion damage, something like that. Might have had power pylon, might have not, but I think I've seen that high. In my build, I use a Frailty, Scent of Blood. Cursed enemies take 15% increased damage from your minions. Out of all of them, this is my most prioritized one, because you're doing more damage. You can go Early Grave, but it just puts you at a scary spot based off the health that it will cost you to use it. 3% higher life, the mob will die, but to me, like, the pets are already pumping out so much damage. The only benefit is if every rift you were just getting juggernauts over and over and over again, and your mages weren't doing that much damage, so it would trigger a lot sooner than the basic 15%. You can also use Decrepify, Borrow Time. Pretty much you just keep it up on a lot of mobs, and your CDR is rolling a lot quicker, so your Simulacrum, this ability right here, is up way sooner. I use Blood Rush Potency for the deimmobilizer and the escape part of this build. I use Potency because it gives me armor. In some I'm about to die situations, it's actually pretty helpful, so I use this. You can also use Metabolism to have 2 charges of this. It uses more health, so it can put you in more dangerous situations, but it can also get you out of them as well, depending on how you use it. Bone armor, I use dislocation. You can also use the thigh flesh sustained, which increases your life per second by 10% per target hit. If you get the max stacks, it's doubling your health regeneration, which is decent, but I find with the group that I run with that I don't have health problems. So I run the stun in case I'm in a bad situation or in a corner and I need to escape before a mob attacks me. I use Devour. I do not use this one. I just had it on because I was being lazy. You actually want to use this rune. Increases your max life by 2% for 2 seconds for each corpse devoured, up to a maximum of 25 stacks, so you're getting half your health. This also procs the passive skill, which I'm about to go over next. So for the Simulacrum, which is pretty much the bread and butter of this build, you want to use a Reservoir. Your maximum essence is increased by 100% while your Simulacrum is active. So I have 330 essence. Times 3, because it's 3% more damage per essence. That's 990% more damage to the mage. Now, if I use Simulacrum, I get 660 times 3, which is 1,980%. So I am doubling my damage on my mages that I spawn with each cast. That's insane. You're pumping out insane damage. Like a Rift Guardian 110 dying in about 5 seconds if you have the perfect amount of health globes to keep your skeletal mages rolling. Now, for the passive skills, you want to use Overwhelming Essence. Increases your maximum essence by 40. Like I said, this runs off your mages, and the more essence you have, the more damage your mages are doing, so this is a no-brainer. You want the Final Service. Pretty much has a cheat death in case you die. Only shitty thing is it will consume your minions to heal you, which the heal is good, but consuming your minions is bad because you're going to have to repump out your damage again. You use Blood as Power, because why use Simulacrum and you're losing health, this will actually proc on the Simulacrum, which will actually lower the cooldown by 24 seconds because it's a pure 20% CDR reduction. So pretty much it makes it a basic 96 seconds without any CDR. And after you get CDR, if you get up to 50 to 60%, you can almost keep sub 100% of the time. I stay around 40 to 42% because I like the more burst potential, so that's why I use this ability. And the last passive skill that you will currently be using is Extended Servitude. Pretty much increases duration of your skeletal mage. So the longer they're out, especially while you're using Simulacrum, you don't have to worry about respawning them over and over and over again. You can spawn 4 sets, which is a total of 16 mages out whenever you're using a Simulacrum because, as I said, it will copy your abilities. And the same thing will do the same amount of damage, so it's pretty much just quadrupling your damage overall. So that's definitely a skill you want to take. And finally, the gems you want to use is Bane of the Trapped, because everything's going to be CC'd, so you're just getting a huge multiplier out of this. You want to use Zay's Stone of Vengeance, as I said earlier. Make sure you try to spawn your mages as far away as you can while being closest to the elite. If you can, it pumps out absurd damage, and the elites will die so fast that you can just keep running and running. But with this build, you can pretty much take out all whites and all elites at the same time, so pretty much as long as you have the damage and you have the health globes, you're good. And the last one is Enforcer. It's a no-brainer, increases the damage of your pets. I don't think your pets take any damage, but as like a side bonus, your pets also take 90% less damage. Well guys, that's pretty much the basic overview of the spec. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know below. If you liked this video, please leave a like. Just press that big thumbs up button. And if you enjoyed this and I'm somewhat entertaining, press the subscribe button and you'll be notified every time I make a video. Alright guys, thanks for watching and have a great day.